So the whole foundation of what crypto is, it's supposed to be a distributed ledger that is across the system. I actually believe this technology is going to be very important.
That was BlackRock CEO Larry Fink speaking about cryptocurrency. Now, this is very important because BlackRock is one of the biggest, most powerful companies in the world. Just 2 days ago, they filed for a Bitcoin ETF. This is huge news and could kickstart a crypto bull run. So, if you have any interest in the crypto market or hold any cryptocurrency, then you need to see this. So, what is BlackRock doing with the crypto market? How will this affect the crypto market? And what should you as an investor be doing right now? In today's video, I will be answering these questions, and I'm going to be telling you all of the latest news that has just come out about crypto. I have put a lot of research into this video, and it is packed with the latest information. So, make sure you watch the entire video to not miss out on any cryptocurrency news. Welcome to Crypto Daily, your daily dose of crypto. Subscribe if you want to stay updated with all the crypto news, predictions, and stay one step ahead in the crypto world. Now, let's not waste any time and get into it. So, what has happened in the crypto world over the past 24 hours? So, BlackRock applied for a spot Bitcoin ETF. But who are BlackRock? What's an ETF? And what does this actually all mean for the markets? Who are BlackRock? BlackRock is a multinational investment management corporation based in New York City. It is one of the world's largest asset managers, providing a variety of financial services, including mutual funds, apps, and portfolio management for individual and institutional investors. The important thing about this is that BlackRock controls around $8.6 trillion in assets, which makes them one of the most powerful companies on earth. So, they applied for a Bitcoin ETF. But what is an ETF? An ETF, or exchange-traded fund, is a type of investment fund and exchange-traded product that is bought and sold on a stock exchange. An ETF holds assets such as stocks, bonds, or commodities, and it aims to track the performance of a specific index. Its structure allows investors to diversify their investments, similar to mutual funds, but trade throughout the day like individual stocks. An example of this is the S&P 500. More specifically, a Bitcoin ETF or exchange-traded fund is a type of fund that tracks the price of Bitcoin. It allows investors to buy into the ETF without going through the process of buying and storing Bitcoin themselves. Like other ETFs, it can be traded on traditional stock exchanges. This means investors can get exposure to the price movement of Bitcoin but through a regulated and relatively conventional investment product. So now, with this knowledge, we can understand more about the situation. BlackRock, as the world's largest investment company, is applying for a crypto spot ETF. It would be the first crypto spot ETF in the United States if it receives approval. This is not the first Bitcoin ETF application. Grayscale, ARK Invest, and 21 Shares have all been pressing for approval, but without any luck so far. What's noteworthy, however, is that BlackRock's move comes during a time when crypto prices remain well below their all-time highs, and the industry faces increasing scrutiny in Washington, D.C. While the SEC has not approved a crypto ETF before, there are some key differences this time. BlackRock has a lot of political connections and leverage in diverse industries to pull more strings. That doesn't mean the SEC will make it easy on them though. In trouble sometimes, a future ETF approval might just be one of the things the space is waiting for, especially with the backing of BlackRock. But what would the benefits of this be? If you are still watching, it would be massively appreciated if you could go ahead and smash the like button. It costs nothing and really helps support the channel. Also, keep watching to find out the latest news and to find out what you should be doing with this information. So, what would the benefits of a Bitcoin ETF be? Well, first off, it would attract a huge amount of new investors to crypto, including a huge amount of institutional investors. From just buying volume alone, the price of Bitcoin would skyrocket. So if you are holding now, there will be a lot of people willing to buy your $20,000 Bitcoin from you for $50,000. Now that you have the latest news, let's jump onto Twitter to see what top crypto analysts are saying about this news and the crypto market. I've seen a very interesting thread from Bitcoin culture. Here is what they had to say. Did you know that while the SEC is busy suing Binance and Coinbase, BlackRock and the biggest banks in the U.S. silently bought record amounts of Bitcoin? These banks buying Bitcoin in Q1 2023 include BlackRock, Bank of America, Fidelity. What do they know? Looking at the largest holders of MicroStrategy stock, we can see some big banks have been buying huge amounts of MSTR in Q1 2023. Yes, that's the same MicroStrategy that is the largest institutional holder of Bitcoin, owning 140,000 Bitcoin worth over $3 billion. This makes us wonder, with the recent SEC lawsuits and Operation Trojan 2.0, why are these banks buying stocks correlated to the BTC price? Considering there's no ETF in the US, buying MicroStrategy is the easiest way for some US investors to get exposure to the price of Bitcoin. Let's dive deeper. Bank of America has curiously increased their exposure to MicroStrategy by 47,800% in Q1 2023. Bank of America is the second largest U.S. bank with a market cap of $233 billion and over $3 trillion of assets under management. Now, let's look at what the world's largest asset manager with over $10 trillion assets under management is quietly doing. Bank of America might have a 2.37% stake in MicroStrategy, but BlackRock has a stake in MicroStrategy 3 times larger. BlackRock interestingly holds a 6% stake in MicroStrategy worth over $156 million. You might be thinking, doesn't BlackRock only invest in ESG-friendly companies? Why are they buying Bitcoin-related companies? I know, shocking. We'll dive deeper down the BlackRock rabbit hole shortly. However, they're not the only billion-dollar bank quietly accumulating MicroStrategy. Another giant firm with over $4.5 trillion in assets under management has also increased its exposure to MicroStrategy by 28,000%. Fidelity has a 1% stake in MicroStrategy. Interestingly, it's not only billion-dollar banks in the US buying MicroStrategy. There is a global appetite for Bitcoin exposure in 2023. We can also see that the 6th largest bank in Canada has purchased over $500,000 worth of MicroStrategy stock in 2023. The important question we should be exploring is, why are all these banks doing this in early 2023 when the Bitcoin price is down 60%? Well, other banking companies are predicting that Bitcoin could reach $100,000. It looks like banks and institutions are just indirectly investing in Bitcoin. But BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has spoken about crypto even more recently. Here's what he had to say.
I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. I mean, the transformation, think about it, instantaneous settlement, bonds and stock. No middlemen, we're going to bring down fees even more dramatically. As for me, I don't have to vote on any shares anymore because the beneficial owner will do all the voting.
Bitcoin is on a path to 50K, Ethereum's on a path to decouple from Bitcoin. Before we get to that, one last piece of Polygon news, Nike NFTs, and where do you think they host their NFTs on? Which, so now you have all the knowledge you need. Let's get to the altcoins that will make millions. So if you want to find out what those altcoins are, then click on the video on the screen right now. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.